In this episode, Vicky and I do a 3-mile run in Pease Park with our dear friend Jody and her dog Monty. Pease Park is a long strip of parkland that follows Shoal Creek and is directly adjacent to Lamar Boulevard. Years ago, when I was a graduate student at UT, I found this park to be a conveniently accessible place to relieve stress with a short run in pleasant surroundings. Pease Park is one of my favorite places to run, especially now that the renovation of the Kingsbury Commons area is completed. I recommend it to all our Austin running friends. On this morning, we began our run at the main entrance of the south end of the park. We parked our cars at this entrance where there was plenty of parking at 7:30 in the morning. Parking is also available on neighboring streets if necessary. The park entrance can be accessed off 15th Street at the intersection with Parkway. Note that there is a traffic circle at this intersection. You can't miss it since there's a small statue of the Greek god of the sea, Poseidon, standing in the middle of the traffic circle. Vicky and I arrived at the start slightly before Jody, so we decided to walk down Parkway to see the Poseidon statue more closely. And here's Poseidon, surrounded by flowers. Naturally, we had to pose next to the mighty Poseidon. Jody arrived a few minutes later, along with her dog, Monty. All of us were anxious to run in the newly remodeled Pease Park. Monty was very anxious to stretch his legs. Near the entrance, we saw a newly renovated picnic area and several new play areas for kids. At this point, I ran ahead of Jody and Vicky and headed up the short trail leading to the entrance to the huge metal sphere. Here's the metal walkway into the sphere. People can enter the sphere at mid-level and frolic on this mesh suspended across the diameter of the sphere, several feet above the ground. Monty was nervous about venturing out onto the mesh, that is, until I walked out. Then Monty felt safe. Here's a look at the ground level of the sphere. After visiting the giant sphere, we took off on this trail into Pease Park. Here come Jody, Vicky, and Monty up the one major hill in the park. Our group continued down the other side of the hill and along Shoal Creek. The water level in the creek was low despite recent rain, but the park was gorgeous anyway. I ran behind Jody and Vicky, but then passed them and continued to record them on my gimbal-stabilized pocket camera. A few years ago, a portion of this cliff collapsed. When it did, it destroyed a portion of the Pease Park Trail. Due to disputes between the property owners and the city, the trail was never repaired, so now we have to make a short detour and run along the sidewalk. At just over 1.5 miles, we turned around and headed back toward the park entrance at Kingsbury Commons. Here is a good look at my favorite tree in Pease Park. This is the iconic live oak tree where we've stopped for group photos on so many runs over the years. Its sprawling limbs can be clearly seen from various angles in this video. And here comes my Vixter. Jody, Monty, and I have just run up this hill, and next comes Vicky. We are nearly back to where we started at this point, and there are more people in the park than when we first arrived. Both forks of this trail lead back to the parking area, but we'll take the one on the right since it offers another look at all the improvements in the Kingsbury Commons. Running past the sphere again. Jody ran on ahead to the nearest drinking fountain. Monty was pretty thirsty from running on this hot, humid morning. Just before we left Pease Park, I got some video of this little girl playing in the splash pad. This was a great run and a wonderful opportunity to spend time with Jody and Monty. As I increase my distance in the upcoming runs leading to the Athens Marathon in November, I'll continue to include Pease Park in many of the extended routes.